You are probably aware that there is a certain virus going around right now. Unless you have somehow stayed inside, avoiding all social interaction for a very long time. Hang on, that's pretty much all of my viewers. But luckily for you, whilst you are meant to be doing work but instead are aimlessly scrolling through Reddit or watching video after video on YouTube, you have finally found the answer to your prayers. Welcome to Fredo's Work From Home During a Coronavirus Pandemic and How to Maximise Your Old School RuneScape Efficiency Guide. So if you're not on a ventilator, hold your breath and get ready. So the first thing you should be doing if you're working from home is going out into the wilderness and doing some PKing. I'm constantly being told it only takes one brain cell to PK, so you can use your other 98 to do the work that you're required to do. However, I do understand most of my viewers are nowhere near as good as me at PKing, so we'll quickly move on to other activities. Now, our next skill of choice might seem a little bit strange to some of you, especially the 90% of you that both aren't subscribed and have never done runecrafting in your life. But there is logic to my retardation, much to my mother's surprise. We are doing runecrafting for one reason only. It's to remind you that there are so much worse things than actually doing your work. So next time you're in Excel making the same table for the 19th time, remember you could be trying to find the Chaos Altar. Okay, time to move on to a real moneymaker here. Now, what is the main thing to do in a time of crisis and urgency? If you answered price gouge the living hell out of your fellow community, you may now exit through the red circle door. So I logged onto Facebook the other day, and do you know what I saw is the cure to coronavirus? Thoughts and prayers. So for that exact reason, I'm self-isolating in someone else's house whilst using prayers. Specifically, you might notice I'm using Retribution, and no, that's not because I'm 46 prayer and I'm flexing the highest prayer I can use, but if I'm going down, I'm clearly taking everyone else with me. It's time for a dose of reality. The time is 4:30, you haven't started any work yet. You open Gmail, there are 72 unread emails, 7 of them have the word urgent in the subject line. You start replying to your boss, but that's when you realise you've only done 6.5 efficient hours played on old school RuneScape. As of right now, the day has been wasted. The fact you're still watching this video shows how much you are just willing to procrastinate to avoid doing work. But here's where the guide truly comes in handy. Open RuneLite on your second monitor and do one of the following. Now, if you've been paying close attention, you might realise what the first one already is. Fletching U longbows. Stats for Fletching U longbows. Roughly a few clicks every minute. 130,000 Fletching XP. A little bit of profit. Disadvantages. You might cut yourself on the knife, exposing your blood. Higher chance of catching corona. Next up, Sniffing Darts. Now, considering all pubs are closing, the demand for darts might go down a little bit. Stats on Sniffing Darts. 50,000 XP an hour. Every minute and a half you got to do some clicks. And a figure that will make you happy you lost your job, you'll get about 50,000 gold per hour. Chop chop! No, that's not the sound of your British project manager telling you to hurry up and get your work done on time. Instead, it's something much more important. You are cutting U's. Stats for chopping U's. XP per hour, 40k. Actions every 3 to 4 minutes. Logs per hour? Well, according to Jagex, you should probably be doing Zora or the Mole if you want U logs. Now, when you go to your local supermarket, you'll notice something. There's no food on the shelves, so leveling up cooking on the side is very important for your own survival. But make sure you don't start cooking wild animals, otherwise that's how coronavirus version 2 will come along. So as we run past the infected people who didn't wash their hands for 20 seconds, we are heading to do our final AFK skill, fly fishing on the River Shiloh. A couple of actions required every 2 minutes, about 40,000 XP per hour, and probably make some money, I don't really know, I've stopped caring. However, with this method, you don't have to do this at Shiloh Village. If you want to laugh at poor people, just like our government does when they offer big airline bailouts, mortgage holidays for landlords and coronavirus testing for the rich and famous only, then head on over to a non-member world at Barbarian Village. Look at all these poor losers who can't even afford membership and probably beg for money. I hate beggars. Please, please, please subscribe and turn that bell on.